Hello everyone, this is Varsha and you are watching the series of success stories brought to you by Indian Achievers Forum. As you all know, the series is all about the prominent achievers of our country who has made India proud in some way or the other. The main focus of our series is to make you all know about the achievements and success of our prominent guests. So today we have with us Mr. Anubrat Singhal, who is the Managing Director of GLAD India Engineering Private Limited. But before we actually start the conversation with him, let's quickly have a look at a very small video telling you about what we actually do.
Indian Achievers Forum is driven by a full-fledged advisory board. The board consists of experienced personalities who have excelled in their respective careers. Together, the forum organizes conferences, events, workshops, exhibitions, trade shows and B2B initiatives in India as well as abroad. Where there is passion, there is achievement. And where there is achievement, there is Indian Achievers Forum.
Hello, Mr. Anubrat. How are you doing?
I'm very well, Varsha. How are you?
I'm good too. Thank you so very much. Okay, so before we actually start the conversation, please tell us something about you and your profession.
I am an engineering graduate, and then I did my master's in management from UK. Before I came back to India, something pulled me back towards my own country. And in 2008, I found GLAT, and we started the organization here, which dives into design and consultancy for the pharmaceutical sector. I like cooking. I'm an avid reader. I try to stay healthy, but as you can see, maybe I'm not that healthy. And yeah, I enjoy my work, and I ensure that the team that we have here in India, which is around 50 plus engineers, are given the freedom to expand and broaden their horizon. And in turn, we plan to design facilities which give quality products to our patients. I hope you never need the medicines that are manufactured, but if you do, you should be confident that you are getting quality from the facilities that we design.
Okay, so like what inspired you to actually choose this industry, this particular segment as your profession?
Let's say, I'll say the tipping point. I'll share the tipping point with you. Maybe it started from childhood. My parents are doctors, so somehow I could never get into the medical field per se. I never could become a doctor, but I became the next best thing, let me say, or the next closest thing. I became an engineer. And when I returned from UK, I was working somewhere, and somehow my bosses, my mentors from GLAT Engineering got in touch with me, and they shared with me their vision for India. And that was something which clicked with me, and I started my journey with them in 2008. And the whole idea was to have German engineered German designed facilities at a very competitive price here in India, because India being a price sensitive market, we thought that could be our genesis. However, now fast forward to 2021, we have been lucky to design facilities in nearly 14 plus countries, and we have stood, let's say, grounded to our roots, which was quality, quality, quality.
Okay, so now talking about your journey at GLAT India, so what sort of challenges you have faced while moving ahead in it, and also if you could, tell us about how you found the solutions to those challenges too.
What are solutions I'm still trying to find, but the challenges I can share with you. Of course, we were not the only one in the industry. When we came to the industry, there were already a lot of players who have been present in the country for nearly 2 decades, some even 3 decades or more. So some newcomer like us, it was very difficult for us to penetrate and resonate with the client, It was sort of a David versus Goliath story where we were the David, being very small, starting from a one-room office. And how do you challenge the status quo, which has been set by these industry leaders already? So that was a big challenge. And how to give confidence to your client that the solution that you have is supposedly the best for them. So that was the major challenge we faced. How we overcome some of them, or we are still trying to do that, is we carved a niche in such a way that we had some unique selling points. The moment we entered the market, we had some 3D concepts with that. I'm proud to say that we are one of the first ones who started using three-dimensional design attributes early on in the project. Normally, most of our competition, or that time the great leaders, they started using 3D when they were at the end of the project, or let's say at the detailed design stage. We in turn at GLART India started using it from day one. So that was, let's say, our major selling point. And the other, being a German parent, GLART was already synonymous with quality. We've been in the industry since 1954. So that helped us also. But the key was to talk to our clients and give them the confidence that, yes, we can.
Okay, so now, please tell us about the product and services that GLART India is providing there to the people.
Varsha, the services we are into is quite simple. We are into consultancy. So let's say in layman terms, if a manufacturer like X, Y, and Z wants to establish a facility for either pharmaceutical products or biotech products or medical devices or bulk API, they come to designers like us who design these facilities for them. So we give from concept / feasibility studies up to detailed design, on-site qualification validation services to our customers. So we start with a wish list of our client, which could be something like, I want to manufacture 5 billion tablets, 1 billion capsules, 500 million syrups. Now in COVID times, vaccines is now the new keyword, buzzword. Maybe they want to produce 1 billion vaccines. So we start from there and we go to the drawing board where we come up with the latest design attributes that should be there in a facility. Of course, keeping the CapEx and OpEx always in mind, because if the product is too expensive, the patient or the end user will never buy it. So that is always in our mind. How can we reduce the cost for our clients and give them the best of the industry at that particular time frame? So in a nutshell, that is what we do. Consultancy services at a very competitive price.
Lovely. Okay. So now, everyone do plans for their future. So tell us a bit about the plans that you have for the organization in the upcoming years.
For our organization, the plan is quite simple. We want to stay close to our roots. We don't want to forget how we started. What was our USP? Our USP was giving flexible solutions, fast turnaround time to our clients, let's say reducing their capital expenditure and OpEx. So that should always be in our mind. And that is what we want to keep on achieving year on year on year. Our goals are not that we want to reach 100 plus or 200 plus team members in India. Our goal is quite simple. Our goal is to keep on delivering quality to our customers and to give them facilities which are able to produce quality products for regulated and highly regulated markets. That's it.
Okay, and I wish you all the very best for all these plans of yours, Mr. Anuvrat. Okay, so now moving ahead, 2020 has been a year of lot ups and downs for all of us, and it has also made us all realize the importance of becoming Atmanirbhar too. So what are your thoughts or views on this Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, and also how is your organization working towards this campaign?
The Atmanirbhar and Varsha is a fantastic opportunity for for everybody in India, whether it's a small mom and pop store which is making small artifacts to the large Indian multinational organizations which are spread across the globe. it is to make the country self-sufficient in a lot of aspects. And we fully agree with this plan because we have a population of more than 1.3 billion. So it is our responsibility to ensure that there are, first of all, jobs for our youngsters who are coming out of these universities. B, there is quality product available in the market, which is at a very good price and should be made in India, because only then you keep, let's say, the technological pool and the money inside the country. And what are we doing towards it? Of course, we are a German multinational, but we've been in India since 12 years, and we do a lot of projects in India. But from India, we are also exporting our services worldwide. So taking the talent that is here and the ideas that are here on a global scale is also what we are doing as an organization. I'm trying to support the Atmanirbhar concept of our dear Prime Minister.
Okay. So now here comes one of my favorite question, and that is, what are your feelings on winning this Indian Achievers Award? I mean, what were your reaction when you actually got the news that you have been selected as an awardee?
To be honest, Varsha, I was quite surprised. I never imagined that I would be bestowed with such an award, and it's truly an honor. I thank thank your team at Indian Achievers Forum for giving us this opportunity. But I should also say that it was not an award only for me; it was for the entire organization, because it was a team effort. It was the team that got us here, and it is the team that will take us there. So I thank you again, and it was a good motivating factor for the entire team here. I can share pictures later on. They were quite happy.
And I once again would like to congratulate you on your achievement, Mr. Anubrat.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So now, as we have just talked about so many professional, roles of yours, please tell us a bit about your social contribution too.
See, I can divide it into two aspects. One could be personal, and the other is for the organization. See, GLAAD believes in giving back to society as well, whether it is there in Germany or our offices in United States or Russia or our factories in Pune. We do believe that giving back is the most important thing that any organization can do. We learned it from Mr. Tata himself, who's one of the biggest I would say giver, other than the other big giants worldwide. I would not name them here. But yes, we do give back. We have, let's say, certain policies in place where we are able to return to the community, whether it is hiring young graduates or differently abled graduates, giving them opportunity. Of course, there is nowadays you hear women empowerment quite a lot, but we are a clear believer of it since not now, but since nearly 12 years in India and globally also. So we give equal opportunities to all. And just to add to that, we recently won an award for a great place to work as well, which is giving confidence to us and the upper management as well that our policies are working and the team is attracted towards us. Good talent is attracted towards us, and we are able to retain them as well.
Okay, so now last but not the least, what message or mantra you would like to give to our younger generation who wish to be an successful entrepreneur someday?
I think the most important thing that not only entrepreneurs, but all of us should always keep in mind, we should have a focus. Of course, a dream is important. Unless you don't dream what you want, you will never be able to achieve that. So for us, or for us young generation or the next generation, it is to have that focus in mind. Once you have that focus, then you get why do you want to go there, or what do you want to, and the next question is what do you want to achieve when you reach there. So the focus is important, the why is important, why do you want to do a particular task is important, and then you should answer what you should do to reach there and then how you can achieve it. Would be my clear message.
A great piece of advice, I must say. Okay, so thank you so very much for being with us today. It was pleasure talking to you, and I wish you all the very best for all your future endeavors, and may you continue to inspire us the way you are doing. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you so much. Stay safe and connected.